Hey guys, today I'm doing a video of that old Marelli project. You may have seen a couple videos back. This is that same fan. I got it complete and running and cleaned up and stuff just before I proceeded to have a cage and struts and other parts made. You'll be happy to know everything runs as it should. This one was a lot more work than I originally thought it was going to be. Obviously, I had to straighten out the blade, at least for the being able to test run it and possibly use it. It's still pretty mangled. Like I said, I might have this hub re-winged with new brass wings cut out, as these are really creased and pretty poor shape, unfortunately. But it's to a point where I can run it safely without worrying about it falling off a table or something. Over here on the back, I polished all the castings. Paint came out much nicer than I thought it was going to, so I've decided to keep it original. And the pinstriping was missing, so I painted new gold pinstripes and then polished over them to give them a nice aged look, which is cool. Cleaned up the rotor, obviously. The motor I had to remove and rewrap a coil, as one of the leads was broken too far into the coil, so I had to solder a new lead directly into the winding and clean it up and rewrap it and varnish it, and that's all good. I have some oilers coming in, as the originals are obviously sheared off. I found the remnants of the original oilers holding the bearings in place. That's what's holding them in place right now, so that I can test run it at least. Turn it to the back here. New wiring, obviously, new head wire, new power cord, and I put a nice vintage Bakelite plug on there. It does need a pointer, as originally these would have had a brass pointer that went to each speed, so like right now it's off, it would have pointed to 0, and as you switched it through to each speed, the pointer would obviously click to that. The other issue is it would have had an adjustment knob here to adjust the rotation of the trunnion, but that sheared off inside the base. I'll probably have to drill out that what's left of the knob if I want to replace it at some point. But for now, this what's left of the knob that sheared off is loose enough that I can just loosen this screw and rotate the trunnion, so I'm not too worried about it yet. Then finally in the base here, looks much better than what it originally looked like. I have some new rubber grommets. It looks like one of them fell out, so I'll have to replace that one. But rewrapped the coil, removed all the rust from the laminates, and revarnished it. Put some new leads for each of the speeds, and soldered these crimp connectors with heat shrink over them for each connection in the switch. And the switch is all cleaned up, deoxit, and it rotates nicely. But yeah, anyway, it runs okay for now. Still a bit of a wobble, obviously, because of these blades that are pretty mangled, and what's left of the oilers holding the bearings in place are causing a rattle. That should go away when I get my proper oilers in from Australia. So I'll start it up on high. You can see the blades aren't exactly aligned. There's the rattle. It's got a pretty amazing amount of power. Turn it down to medium. There's really no difference between the speeds, as it's running on slightly higher voltage than it was originally wound for. So I need to get a variac to dial down the voltage a bit so I can get a better difference between each speed and low. And of course, off. Yeah, obviously it's still got a little ways to go, but I'm just happy to see it run again for the first time in over 90 years. So thanks for watching.